Short video on fractions focuses on multiplying proper fractions. And the rule for this is very straightforward. It's just top by top and bottom by bottom. So let's have a look at an example. We're going to multiply 2/5 by 3/7. And you probably can already see what the answer should be. It's just 2 by 3. So our numerator will be 6. And then 5 by 7. So our denominator will be 35. Job done. I can't even cancel this, so it's already in its lowest terms. I'm happy out. Now for a second example. And this time it's 7/10 by 3/4. And again, really straightforward here, top by top, which is 7 by 3, giving us 21. And then bottom by bottom. And 10 by 4 gives me 40. So my answer is 21/40. Job done. So now question for you. So it's 3/8 by 5/7. Pause, write your answer down, and then check if you're correct. So this time 3 by 5 is 15, and 8 by 7 is 56. No cancellation is possible, so I'm finished. Here's a second one. 9/10 by 2/11. Pause the video, do your calculation, see what you get. So this time I'm going to get 9 by 2, which is 18, and 10 by 11, which is 110. So my solution is 18/110. But this time it is possible to cancel down. So take a second to cancel this down and write your answer in its simplest form. So what will go into both my numerator and my denominator? Well, 2 will divide into both, and 2 goes into 18 9 times, and 2 goes into 110 55 times. So my answer is 9/55 in its simplest form. It's useful to note that I can actually cancel before I multiply if I want, and this can be really useful to avoid dealing with very big numbers. So let's look at an example of how that might work. I'm going to use the same question as we just did a moment ago, 9/10 by 2/11, but this time instead of just straight away multiplying, I'm going to have a look first of all and just check and see, do any of my numerators share a factor with any of the denominators? And because it's multiplication, I can look at the numerators and the denominators across both fractions to see if anything matches up. So I can actually see here that the 2 in my second fraction in the numerator and the 10 in the denominator of my first fraction actually have a common factor. So since I'm dealing with multiplication, I can actually cancel these guys down. So 2 into 2 goes once, and 2 into 10 goes 5 times. And there are no more shared factors between any of my numerators and denominators that I'm left with. So now I'll just multiply. And when I multiply, I want to multiply top by top, 9 by 1, giving 9. And I multiply bottom by bottom, 5 by 11, giving me 55. And I'm not surprised at this answer because it's the same answer as I got up here in question 2. It's just that I did my cancelling a little bit earlier than I did in that previous question. So let's look now at another example. The same idea, again, cancelling before we multiply. So this time we've got 8/10 by 6/15. So again, because I'm multiplying, I'm going to have a look first of all for what I can cancel, and I can look through all my numerators in the top and see if I have any match with any of my denominators. And I've got a couple of options this time. So I can see that 8 and 10 share a common factor of 2. Actually, so do 6 and 10. So I could go with the 8 and the 10, or I could go with the 6 and the 10 to start off with. So I'll do that. I want to go with 8 and 10. So I can see that 2 goes into 8 and 2 goes into 10. 2 into 8 goes 4 times, and 2 into 10 goes 5 times. Okay, so I've cancelled those down. Now let's have a look and see if any other numerators and denominators can match up. So I can see that the 6 here and the 15 here also share a factor because 3 will go into both of them. So 3 goes into 6 twice, and 3 goes into 15 5 times. So now I've got 4 and 2 in my numerators, 5 and 5 in my denominators. There's nothing left that I can cancel down. Don't mistakenly think that you can cancel these two guys because they're both denominators. So one has to be a numerator and one has to be a denominator with common factors to be able to cancel. And that's not the case with the 5s. So I've done everything I can do. Now it's just a case of multiply. So again, it's top by top, bottom by bottom now that I've finished cancelling. And so my final answer there is going to be 8/25. Okay, so here's a question for you. 4/5 by 3/6. And I want you to do this question this time by cancelling first and then multiplying. So pause the video here, give this a bash, and then play and see if you're correct. Okay, this time 4 and 6 share a common factor. 2 will go into both of them. So 2 goes into 4 twice and 2 goes into 6 3 times. But I'm not quite finished yet because 3 and 3 also have a common factor, so I can cancel those down as well. And 3 into 3 goes once in each case. You may have done your cancelling in a slightly different order, but we should still get the same answer at the end. And that final answer is 2 by 1 is 2 and 5 by 1 is 5, so my answer is 2 over 5. So this time it's 8 over 9 by 6 over 10 is the question that you have to do. So again, pause the video here, make sure to do your cancelling first, and then play and check and see if you got the same answer as me. Okay, so looking for my cancellings first. Well, 8 and 10 share a factor. 2 will go into both. 2 goes into 8 4 times, 2 goes into 10 5 times. Am I finished? I'm not, because 6 and 9 also share a factor. 3 will go into each of these. 3 goes into 9 3 times, 3 goes into 6 twice. That's all the cancelling down that I can do. And now I'll just multiply to get 8 over 15. Here's one last question for you. This one has 3 fractions, but it still follows the same rules as before. So pause the video here. Don't forget to cancel before you multiply, and then play and see if your answer matches mine. Okay, so I'm going to have a look. So first of all, for any common factors. So 3 on the top here shares a factor with 6. 3 will go into both of those. 3 goes into 3 once and into 6 twice. Okay, so nothing left up there. 2 next, 2, well actually there's a 2 and a 2 here, so I could just cancel those ones straight out, couldn't I? Because 2 goes into each of those once. And then I just have this 5 left up here on top, so let's have a look. Oh well, I could either cancel it off with this 5 here, or I could cancel it down with the 10. I'll get the same answer either way. I'll take the easy option. 5 goes into 5 once, and again down here 5 goes into 5 once. And now it's just top by top, so 1 by 1 by 1, which gives 1, and on the bottom 1 by 10 by 1, giving me 10. So my solution is 1 over 10. Here's something to have a think about. A statement that says a proper fraction by a proper fraction always gives you a proper fraction. Is this true always, sometimes, or never? Take a moment to have a think about this. Pause the video if you need to, and then make a decision, and then play and see if you agree with me. So this statement is always true. If you ever multiply a proper fraction by a proper fraction, you will always get a proper fraction as a result.